Or what would you like to see out of the tight end group this year in the offense, and what do you think is going to happen given changes in personnel at that group and other groups?
Ultimately, I just want to see production, both in the passing game and the running game. We know that we're a big focal point of this offense. We helped this offense go, whether it's in the passing game and the running game. I think we saw that a little bit last year, and I think we have a lot of guys that can play in the room, so that's definitely going to help us moving forward. So, yeah.
How do you see Bryson Nesbitt being utilized in the tight end position?
Same as last year, like trying to get him flexed out a whole lot more, trying to go a little bit more two tight sets. We're just trying to get all our athletes on the field at the same time, create matchups.
Coach Longo said yesterday that tight end is the only group, the only position room on offense that's fully settled. You guys kind of know who you are in that room. Who are you guys in that room?
I think we're a group that's experienced, probably one of the most experienced groups on the team. Because of that, I think a lot of weight falls on us, to be leaders as far as the offense, help the offense get going. And I think, as the season starts, everybody else will see our true identity. But I think for us, if you ask any one of us, we just want to be physical guys that go out in the run game, make things happen, and then when the ball comes our way, just make plays.
Is this collectively the most athletic the room's been since you've been here?
Oh, no, without a doubt. Without a doubt, yeah. This is definitely the most talent we've had in the room, the most athletic ability we've had in the room since I've been here for sure.
People talk about a lot about you and Bryson, but John got on the field a little bit last year, and it looks like his game's really kind of developing. What have you seen out of him?
John is somebody who's hungry. He's always been hungry since the day he got here. He continued to work hard. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves, per se, maybe from the media or whatever, but I know within this building he has a lot of respect from his peers and coaches. He continues to get better every day. He's continuing to develop. So I'm very excited to see how he can help us this year as well.
How are y'all different, yourself, Bryson, John, in terms of what you bring to the tight end position?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
Bryson, obviously, you can look at him, you can tell he's a longer guy. He can get down the field in fewer steps. He's a long strider, so that definitely helps us stretch the defense out. I think John, he has become very consistent in what he's doing, especially like his footwork and stuff like that in the run game. I personally like to watch, like we're watching film and stuff. He's very consistent in his footwork and stuff like that. And he's gotten better with that ever since he's been here. Me per se, honestly, I guess what I bring is just somebody who's just going to try and be athletic with the ball in my hands. And then when it's time to run the ball, it's just trying to get down and dirty.
What are some personal goals you have for the season?
Win every game. I know it's cliche. I know everybody can say that's their personal goal, but I ultimately believe that if, it takes me to catch 5 balls in a game and we won, cool. If it takes me 0 balls and we won, cool. I think, the more wins you get, the more notoriety it gives everybody on the team. So I think if we win, everybody will be taken care of.
When Coach Bicknell came in, the offensive line changed their approach a little bit with pass protection. Has your group changed at all, your approach with pass protection?
No, I think pass protection is still the same in our room. We might have some tweaks here and there on rules or something like that, and I think we're trying to make things a whole lot more simpler. But blocking is, it's 90% want to and 10% technique. So, any coach can come in here and, tell you what to do or how to do it or who you're responsible for. But at the end of the day, you got to go out there and do it yourself.
That's it. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
Okay. When I say the name Drake May, what comes to mind?
Drake, man. First of all, I ain't even going to talk about him as a football player. He's just a great dude. Genuinely like a great dude. I think people like to look at us as just athletes. But first of all, if I'm going to talk about something, talk about how great of a dude he is. Then he's a competitor in everything he does, whether we're on the field or we're in the players' lounge playing ping pong or if we're playing a video game. He's a competitor. So that's one thing I can say about Drake. He's always going to compete. He never tries to get too high, never tries to get too low. He tries to stay, right at that equilibrium point, and that's that's my thoughts on him.
What makes him a great dude? Is there anything in particular that kind of stands out?
I think he just genuinely cares about his guys, and that definitely goes a long way, especially at the quarterback position. If I know that you genuinely care about me, not just on the field but off the field, that makes you want to play for somebody even more. And that's the same way I felt about Sam. He genuinely cared about his guys, but quite frankly, that's how I feel about all the quarterbacks. It's not just Drake that I feel that way about. I believe that every guy in that room are genuinely good people, without the ball in their hands.
Yeah, I was going to ask the same question. When I say Jacoby Criswell, what comes to mind?
Same thing, man. He's just a great, genuine dude. Everybody sees the arm talent.
Okay.
He definitely can sling the ball. We've known that since, he stepped on campus. Before he even knew one play, we knew he could sling the ball. And I think he's continuing to develop because of that. I think he's starting to understand, everything that's going around him. And we saw it a little bit last year. It's definitely, coming together for him now. So, yeah, it's going to be really close. I see what we're trying to get at here, but I don't know. I don't know who's going to go out there first. Whoever it does go out there first, we're going to be a good ball club.
We heard Tony Grimes talking about the team kind of being the underdogs. How do you feel about having that underdog mentality? Do you feel like there's something that you need to prove out there on the field? Just talk to me about that.
Personally, I think we needed that. We went into, the Virginia Tech game. We were ranked, number 9. Went out there and got embarrassed. So I think we deserve to be the underdog. I mean, if you really look at it in the grand scheme of things, what have we done? For people to be talking about us in a positive way. And I know that sounds kind of harsh, but if we're going to be a great team, first of all, we need to look in the mirror and be hard on ourselves. So I personally believe that we earned that underdog, status. But it's a status, so things change. And I think as the season goes on, we can continue to change the narrative, and things will be going great going forward, hopefully.